My coworker spent 3 years harassing me for being a single dad. On Take Your Child to Work Day, she locked my 5-year-old in a dark supply closet, and my manager told me to go home and cool off. By midnight, cops had her in handcuffs. I was an account manager, raising my daughter alone. When Lindsay joined, she decided parents like me didn't belong in the workplace. If I left at 5 for daycare pickup, she'd roll her eyes and comment about dedication. She loved doing it in public. "Did you make this deck?" she'd ask, "or were you too busy playing Mr. Mom?" My manager would laugh awkwardly and move on. Then she started sabotaging me. She told clients I might be unavailable because of childcare. She booked urgent meetings at 4:45 and refused to let me dial in. When my kid got sick and I left early, Lindsay emailed the whole team about people using kids as excuses. She even made a spreadsheet tracking my child-related absences and presented it at a review like it was initiative. I complained. Nothing happened. Then the company encouraged everyone to bring their kids in. My daughter showed up with a tiny backpack and coloring books. She sat quietly at my desk, coloring. Lindsay walked by, bent down, and smiled like she was being sweet. "Your daddy's selfish for making you sit here," she told my kid. My daughter frowned. "What's selfish?" "It means he cares more about money than you," Lindsay said. I said, "Do not talk to my child." Lindsay shrugged and called it honesty. After lunch, Lindsay complained my daughter was disruptive. My manager suggested she sit somewhere else. So I put my daughter in a small glass-walled conference room with crayons and told her I'd be right outside. I went to the printer for 2 minutes. When I came back, she was gone. Her backpack was still there. Her books were open. I ran through the office calling her name. Reception hadn't seen her. The bathrooms were empty. Then I heard it, knocking, muffled crying. From the supply closet down the hall, I grabbed the handle. It didn't move. I yanked again. Still locked. The knocking got faster. A tiny voice cracked. "Daddy?" I found the key. The lock clicked, and the door swung open. My daughter stumbled out, sobbing, terrified. She clung to me and gasped. A lady said there were toys. Then it got dark. I carried her into the open office so everyone could see her. Lindsay sat at her desk, typing like nothing happened. I said, "Did you lock my child in that closet?" Lindsay stared at me. "That's a serious accusation." My daughter pointed right at her. "That's her." Lindsay scoffed. "Kids make things up. Maybe she locked herself in." My manager rushed over, and Lindsay instantly started crying. "He's creating a hostile work environment," she said. My manager looked at me and said, "Take your daughter home. We'll deal with this tomorrow." That night, I came back with building security. Keycard logs showed Lindsay's badge opening that closet right when my daughter vanished, and again right before I found her. Hallway video showed Lindsay lead my kid by the hand, swipe the door, point inside, and shut it the second she stepped in. I called 911. 2 officers watched the footage. One asked, "Do you want to press charges?" "Yes," I said, "right now." Minutes later, Lindsay came down in handcuffs, screaming about a misunderstanding. She saw me and hissed, "You'll regret this." The officers kept walking. My manager ran down, panicked. I showed him the clip. He went pale and tried, "Maybe she didn't mean." I cut him off. "There's no explanation that makes this okay." After that, HR and the police got the full history. I handed over emails and her absence spreadsheet. My lawyer friend sat with me in the HR meeting and said, "You ignored harassment until it became child endangerment." My manager was fired. Lindsay took a plea deal so my daughter wouldn't have to testify. Guilty, probation, anger management, community service, and a restraining order. The company settled, covered my kids' therapy, moved me to a new team, and gave me a raise. Then months later, my daycare director called. "She's here," she said, "in the parking lot, asking for your daughter." The staff had the restraining order photos. They kept the kids inside and called police. Lindsay refused to leave, so officers arrested her for violating the order. In court, her lawyer tried remorse and closure. The judge didn't blink. "Court orders aren't suggestions," he said, and gave her 60 days in jail. She wanted me to regret protecting my kid. Instead, she proved twice that calling the police was the only language she understood.